very respected and very dear Member of Parliament from Rajya Sabha, Shri N. Gokul Krishnan Sir. As I said, he is a very popular figure. Whenever we request him, he takes no time in saying yes. So we are honored with your presence. And our Dean, Professor Anjana Swami, Registrar Dr. Shashikant Das, and our Finance Officer, who is with us with a smiling face, as I have been repeatedly telling, Mr. Prakash. I say Mr. Prakash, you understand? One throws light, so you will always find that radiance on his face. So we have a wonderful team. When Dr. Bhushan came to me, he said, we want to do this. Who should be invited? I said, there is no better person in Pondicherry than our MP, Mr. Gokul Krishnan. And then his next question of, will he agree, will he find time? I said, please remember, he believes in the philosophy that it is the busiest fellow who will find to do everything in the best of ways. He remains very busy, but he still finds time for us. Thank you so very much.
I'm extremely happy that the Department of International Business under the School of Management of Pondicherry University is launching a tree plantation drive followed by a cycle rally to strengthen the environmental consciousness among the students. One of the most environmental issues threatening the humankind is the climate change. Equally important is the loss of biodiversity, which means the loss of plants, animals, and microorganisms. Both these issues are linked to the loss of habitat, particularly forests. When the tree cover is removed, the carbon builds up, the greenhouse effect is increased, and the earth becomes more and more warmer. The environmentalists have estimated that 25% of the global warming is due to forest degradation and destruction. They have also cautioned that unless and until the carbon buildup in the atmosphere is checked and brought back to 350 ppm level, it is difficult, very difficult for our survival. The projection that the global mean temperature will rise 1.5 degrees Celsius at the turn of the century is really alarming. That is why the International Panel on Climate Change has enunciated a number of measures to arrest the process of warming, possibly to a certain extent. One such measure is raising the green cover of the earth, which will capture the carbon dioxide from reaching the atmosphere and combat the climate change. It is really heartening that the Government of India has plunged into the tree plantation drive with all sincerity. It is one of the major activities under 7-point program of the government towards controlling the climate change. In fact, it has even planned to raise tree belt on either side of the railway tracks so that the green cover becomes visible and effective. In this context, events like the Brussels Plantation Drive will also contribute to the national initiative, and therefore it is commendable. You all know that trees play very important roles. Apart from the food, timber, medicinal values, the intangible ecological values are very important. They regulate the climate, arrest soil erosion, build up water, and provide habitat for the wild animals. However, the carbon capturing capacity assumes more importance and relevance. To cite an example, it is calculated that even a single Pongonia tree, Pongonia tree called in Tamil Pungai Maram, will reduce the internal temperature in the adjacent house by 2 degrees. Multiplied at the global level, a very thick, large-leaved tree cover would definitely an effective measure in combating climate change. To be true, trees have been valued by ancient civilizations. Human life has started in the caves, but became hunter-gatherer and nomads before coming to agriculturists. In all stages, they have valued nature as sacrosanct and equated it to God. It is common sight along the roadsides that the neem tree tied with a yellow dyed cloth, which is tied in its trunk, is equated to goddess Amman. You know that? Goddess Amman. If you are Tamilian, you know. Every temple has a Sthala Vriksham, which is again considered very sacred. By this way, conservation has been integrated into culture, thus ensuring its continued acceptance and adherence. It is a kind of attitude by our forefathers that is the need of the hour to complement the scientific and technical efforts of the government to achieve success. The United Nations Environment Programme has succinctly recognized the ecological underpinning of culture and conservation and is encouraging cultural ecology in all its dimensions. The Pondicherry University campus is very large and has sufficient vacant spaces for expanding the green cover. The Vice Chancellor, who is well known for his love for environment, has to be complimented for encouraging such green initiatives. I will also congratulate the staff and students of the department for arranging this program of global importance and wish them all success. Thank you very much.
Esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurmeet Singh Ji, Honorable Member of the Parliament, Sri Gopal Krishnan, respected Registrar and the Finance Officer of the University. In fact, I wanted to say something about the Registrar and Finance Officer, but I have been preempted by our Vice Chancellor when he introduced them. Sir, for the information of the Chief Guest of the event, Member of the Parliament, this is an annual event of this department, sir. And every year, 2 to 3 days, this event is organized. And particularly this year, the various activities related to this event have begun on last Monday itself. And today this is scheduled, tree plantation and cycling. This is one of the very vibrant departments of the School of Management, and for 70 seats, about 700 to 800 applications are received for admission into the MBA program offered by this department. And that apart, this department has been consistently registering excellent placement also. Almost 75 to 80% of the students are placed. In other words, all the students who are in need of a job, who want a job, are somehow accommodated. And thus, this department is known for organizing different types of activities throughout the academic year, and this is the flagship event of the department, Globis. And tomorrow and the day after tomorrow are fully packed with so many academic activities, and a galaxy of people from the industry and academia are going to participate in various panel discussions. The objective of organizing these panel discussions, each panel will be discussing on some theme related to the international business, is to expose the students under one roof at one go, the expertise of several people from the industry and academia. That is how this department organizes the events, and I am very much elated to have in spite of the discomfort of the sun and all that, I thank, I thank all the dignitaries and I thank all the dignitaries and more particularly Finance Officer and Registrar. I miss it because I was engaged in the counting of the votes for the Students' Council. I couldn't change myself into the T-shirt. At least on the dais of the 5, at least 2 people here we see with the T-shirt. And that shows their concern and love for the Department of Education. Thank you very much. And this is only the start, sir. Right? And tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, they will have. It is an intellectual feast in our words. And I wish the event a grand success. Thank you so much.